Hi, I'm Giancarlo.
And I'm Felicia, and this is our review of Vasco de Gama.
Gama. Very good.
Vasco
de Gama.
de Gama.
Yeah. You know who he is?
Gama, I was assuming was alpha, beta, gamma. Is that
No, he was the inventor of gamma rays.
what's gamma rays? Players take on the role of rich ship owners who, under Vasco da Gama's patronage, set their sights on prestige and riches. This will be achieved through money and labor management. At the end of 5 rounds, the player with the most victory points wins. In the box, you'll find 1 game board, 1 round marker, a first free of charge action marker, 35 project ship tiles, 6 merchant ship tiles, 4 scoring markers of different colors, 4 character tiles, 9 Vasco da Gama tiles, 22 sequence numbers numbered 1 to 22, 16 action discs, 4 for each of the 4 colors, an additional 4 larger action discs with 1 labeled on each, 28 captains in the 4 player colors, 32 sailor or crew tokens, 6 missionary tokens, 48 coins of 5 and 1 denominator tag, and even a Hall of Fame sheet.
Here's the setup. Place the round marker on 1 on the round track. Each player places his chosen color scoring marker on 0 in the scoring track. Give each player 4 action discs of his color, 1 captain of his color, and 10 coins. Place the 32 sailors in the bag. Then randomly deploy 5 sailors in each section of the recruiting area and placing the remaining captains there. Depending on how many players you are, give each player their assigned character tile. Then, in the character area, place the remaining missionaries, additional action discs, and sequence numbers tokens 21 and 22 in the appropriate spaces. Place the merchant ship face down in its space and reveal the first tile, placing it face up on the stack. In the number zones, place the coins to create the money supply, and place the sequence number tokens from 1 to 20 on the designated spaces. Place the Vasco da Gama tile face down on the right space and flip the first tile face up. Divide the project tiles in 3 stacks using the Roman numerals with the project side face up. Place the first 7 tiles from the 1 deck on the spaces in Purchase Project area, with the last one going in the bottom right corner called the São Gabriel Project. You are now ready to play.
The game is played over 5 rounds, each with 3 phases. Place the action discs, take actions, and finally navigation. In the place action phase, place the top VDG tile on top of the existing one, if any, and put the first free of charge token according to the number on the card called the initial number. Then place the 2 piles of coins in the character area in the appropriate slot, starting with the first player and going clockwise. Each player picks a sequence number, places it on his action disc, and places them both on an empty action slot icon on one of the 4 areas. The smaller the number, the sooner you'll play the action. Careful though, because taking action sooner will cost you more gold. We'll get to that in the take action phase. Once all players have placed their action discs, the take action phase begins.
First thing is to flip the VDG tile on top of the deck. Move the free of charge action marker by its variation number, which is found in the parchment. The other stats on the tile will be used in the next round. Now, starting with the lowest to highest, call out the numbers. The player whose numbered is called has 2 choices, to either perform the action or otherwise give it up. If he decided to perform his action, he needs to check if he has to pay for it. Any number that's lower than where the first free of action marker is on must be paid. The amount is the difference between both numbers. Any number that's equal or higher than it can be performed for free. The action is performed immediately. If the player decides to give up his action, he receives coins as shown in the number zone in the line where his number was called. The action available, depending in what area the players place their action discs, are recruiting, characters, expedition, and purchase projects. When purchasing projects, there are 3 things you gotta look at: the navigation limit in brown, the number of crew needed in white, and the reward at the bottom right. An action here allows a player to purchase 1 or 2 projects here from the upper 6 spaces. 1 gold for 1 project or 4 golds for 2. Or purchase the São Gabriel project at a cost of the required crew. The player receiving it gets it ready to launch or face up. The other projects are face down and require a different color number of crew and or missionaries before it's ready to launch. Which brings us to the recruiting action. Here, an action allows you to recruit from a section and or a captain. The cost is listed on the board depending on how many colors you choose.
An action in the character area allows players to take one of the 2 piles of gold, or host one of the characters and gain their effect. And lastly, an action in the expedition area allows a player to send or launch ships to a single landing. The ships that are launched and sent must have a captain of his color on it and must be sent on an empty ship slot with equal or lower value than the ship's navigation limit. The ships sent immediately give his player the victory points on the ship slot and the bonus of that landing. Finally, the last phase takes place: navigation. Victory points and gold are earned for each of the player's ships and each symbol on it. Then each victory point is awarded to the ship's owner for each completed landing. Afterwards, the ship in completed landing will navigate up towards the next landing. The leftmost ship will navigate up towards the leftmost legal slot it can occupy, and the next in line, and so on. If there are no spaceships can navigate to, they are removed from the game. By the end of the 5th round, the player with the most victory points wins.
I gotta say, we really enjoyed this game. Every decision from move to gold spent is extremely important. We enjoyed how every round, even on another player's turn, you try and not guess what others will do, while still staying the course with your own agenda. Yes, it is heavy laden with rules and we don't really recommend it for casual board gamers, but for those of you who like a medium to high complexity game level, Vasco da Gama might be for you. We didn't cover all the rules and there's plenty of them, but after a couple of games we got the hang of it and wanted to play more. The quality of the components and board is really good as expected from most of Rio Grande games. The rulebook supplies lots of examples and like we said, once played the rules become clear. It is a game though that specific players will enjoy and wouldn't recommend it for everyone. We did enjoy it very much and as such we're giving Vasco da Gama an 8 out of 10.